Whew. Well, I didn't learn how to draw. I'm sorry. Believe me when I say I'm as disappointed as all of you about that fact, but that's okay. We're going to keep going with this game. We'll get some water. Hopefully my throat will survive the next few turns of this, so we can make it through. Alright. So, he, in response to my sorted, Windblade, brings out his first Poisoner, and hides it behind a monk in good position. So now this is a really scary, position for me. Because, now, how the heck am I going to break this? I've got no offensive units. Like, we've got so much crap on the board. He's got a freaking Shadow on that magic resist square, which basically makes him immune to dragons, by the way. Like, that's 60% magic resist, so that's really smart positioning by him. He's threatening the heck out of that monk. Like, he'll be able to convert him next turn if I don't do anything about it. His Poisoner is safe. Like, this is really, really great play at a Dragon Reborn. Controlling the board well. Units are very protected. Consistent offense, hasn't wasted any items needlessly. Yeah, I had that good trade earlier, but he's really, really playing a great game. So, how the heck am I gonna do anything about this? Like, this is just a mess for me. And the answer is, in situations like this, you gotta go hard after the Shadow. This positioning, this little L shape here, is actually perfect for Windblade offense, because if I attack the Shadow, the splash damage will chain to these two guys. So what I'm going to end up doing here is nothing, what? Disregard everything I said. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, oh no, I'm in terrible shape here, and I need to buy some time, which so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this bamboo down here. I'm going to get my Poisoner out on the board, safe behind this crystal, and I'm going to move my Taoist up to undebuff this monk. And basically what this does is I'm saying, hey, you've got to kill this bamboo before you can start turning my Shadow, or start turning my monk, and putting pressure on my formation here. And so, I mean, normally, this is a bad value for my bamboo. I'm putting it out there. It didn't stop any units. It's not locking down any high value tiles, so to speak. Like not like his attack square. It's not locking down a gem tile. It stinks, right? But he's done a great job of putting me in a position where I'm on the back foot, and I need to defend. I need to buy myself some time, so hopefully I can draw some units that actually hurt. And so I had to plop that bamboo down, and at least that provides me a buffer, so that next turn, when I get some more stuff, which in this case is a shield and a dragon, which still makes me pretty freaking sad, because I don't have my Shadow, and now like I've only 9 units left. It's still no Shadow. But at least I got a Poisoner on the board. I got my Dragon now, so now I can sort of threaten the Shadow. Well, he's on the magic resist square, so even with the freaking Poisoner debuff on this Shadow, it'll still have 10% magic resist. So this Poisoner ain't doing crap to him. But oh well. But I've bought the time. I bought some time, and we'll see what it does. So, what does he do? He kills a bamboo, and he pops a Taoist down. And for me, that's great, because that bamboo it took 4 AP for him to kill it, so basically I had to spend an entire turn killing that bamboo. I'm not dead. I got more units out. I turn cards. I mean, I haven't got the cards I wanted, but hey. Now, I've got more units out, and I can threaten him, and hopefully turn the tide, and make him hurt. So let's see what I decided to do here. Right. So this is kind of what I was foreshadowing at last turn. You can see his shadow is very exposed up here. There's no Taoist anywhere near it, and actually with that Poisoner locking down this square here, he actually can't move a Taoist up there easily. It's actually 2 AP to move to even get to heal this shadow. So I'm going to do a bunch of damage to him and then splash damage because it hit these 2 units here. So I'm being really efficient here, and basically I'm saying, yeah, my Windblade is vulnerable. You can kill him with this Poisoner, but if you do, I'm going to kill your shadow. So it's threat by having too many units to be able to kill. Even though like I have a high value unit that's exposed, I've got so many threats on an even higher value unit that he's not able to exploit the fact that I've exposed this guy. Because even if he like goes up here and goes like move, attack, dragon, stomp, if he does that, then he's got 1 AP left, and so the only thing he would have to like use the calm potion on the excuse me, on the shadow in order for it to be safe. And I'm gambling a little bit again. They just not have both a combo potion and a dragon. There's only 1 combo potion left, and he didn't have it earlier. So I'm hoping that it's still the case, because I'm in a bad enough position where I have to make little gambles like that in order to keep things going. Oops, I missed a screenshot here, I think. I'm sorry. So what he ends up doing is he basically retreats. He retreats the shadow back. Retreats the shadow back, heals the Poisoner, and yeah, and that's pretty much it for his turn. And he's using the Taoist on the attack tile, which is smart. Remember, having Taoist on the attack tile is very helpful for healing the shadow. The shadow's a lot of HP. Taoists don't heal that much, so it's much more efficient to heal it that way. So in response, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sword this Poisoner. Only 1 sword left. I don't want to sword it this early because he's got 2 dragons. So he's got a dragon for each sword unit I have, but at the same time, I need a way to threaten this shadow, and I need to turn more cards. So my thinking was, I'll move this Windblade over here, so the magic resist tile, and that'll provide him a little protection. And I'll wait it. I'll wait it out. Hopefully, I'll get a good item from this the sword that I spent. But I get a monk. So yeah, that didn't work. But I'm still turning cards. Eventually, I'm going to get my shadow, which is basically what I need at this point. Like, I've got a Poisoner out. The only thing you can really ask for is like 2 dragons, because nobody ever expects a double dragon combo. So that can be like a game changer potentially. But yeah, so I still have to keep fighting for better draws. What does he do? Bad. So, yeah, I messed up. I didn't bother to calculate out whether that Windblade would be safe there, I just kind of assumed that because it was on the magic resist tile, it'd be safe. Yeah. Not safe. Not safe. He was not safe. It's not all bad, though. The fact that I've taken one dragon... Remember what I said earlier? When is it acceptable to use dragons? How do you know when you're getting enough value out of your dragons in this matchup? You need to do like +2 unit or better, and one of those items has to be a sword. So that's like right on the borderline for whether it's worth it. It's worth it in this case, just barely. So that's like exactly the borderline, and he had to stop using a bamboo. So he traded 2 items for my 3. So it seems like, oh man, I just gave away this high value unit, the snakes. It's not totally disastrous. It's closer to even than you'd think, and the fact that I don't have to worry about a double dragon combo going down later on is also nice. But now he's got that bamboo out there. So what am I going to do? Well, he's now very defensively positioned again. Like his shadow's not very exposed. So at least the heat's off me a little bit. I've got some time to burn. And what do I need to do more than anything else? Turn cards. So I use the crystals here to take some pot shots out of the bamboo. I move the Taoist down here to free up my deploy tiles. And I get my monk out here locking down this square so that he can't get any closer. Alright. Fighting through illness because my love for you is eternal. Alright. So yeah, I've turned a card. I've taken some pot shots of that bamboo. I've freed up my deploy tiles. I'm saving these defensive units, defensive items. So here's something that is interesting. That I've started to play a little differently with regards to defensive upgrades recently. Especially recently, I've liked, especially in this matchup, I've liked to split my defensive items and my offensive items onto separate units. So I've got like that sworded poisoner up there, and I could put, I could make it a +3 poisoner. But the problem is that in this matchup, it's so easy to take like a poisoner, attack, dragon, stomp, and your defensive items don't really improve your survivability, especially on the poisoners, against that combo. So to me, I prefer to split it up so that if he wants to use a dragon on like a +1 poisoner, and that's fine, because I'll have other units on the board that have better defense later on, and they'll just be a lot harder to kill, and it limits the upside that you can get by taking out really, really powerful units, because there just won't be as many really, really powerful units. There'll be more high-powered units, but it's spreading your wealth across a lot more units, and not every squad should be played this way. It's kind of a matchup specific thing. Like if you look at matchups like against Dark Elves for Shaolin, or maybe Council, there it's a little better to stack. But I feel like in this particular matchup, spreading out the love a little bit can be pretty beneficial. So let's see, what do I get? Oh snap! I got my shadow. Celebration. I got my shadow finally. So I'm just like, thank God, finally got the shadow. I survived long enough. Finally, all those turns spent chipping away at my deck at like a huge disadvantage have paid off. Now I can finally do something in this game that will let me play a little bit offensively. But I've got to wait till next turn to get him out there. So let's see what he does. So now he's bringing the offense back on board. He's got his poisoner and his inlay down here in a really offensive position, and now he's got the second Taoist up that's being protected by this Taoist. He's got a little chain going on. He's got the shadow back on the magic resist tile. He's got a monk block and everything. Again, really solid play by him. Very strong positioning. Got his high HP units in the front, except for down here, but only threats down here, so it's fine. Yeah, it's really strong position. He's like, okay, what's up? I'm in your face again. What you gonna do about it? I want to force out some offense from you. Nice thing though, at least I've got this sorted poisoner down here. So at least I've got something that can threaten him, but it's not ideal. So at least this turn, I get my shadow on the board. So I move my monk here, and I'm protecting my poisoner here. And I'm saying, I don't like the fact that you're on that tile with your shadow. It makes me a little upset. And it also, now I've got some defense going here, so I've got a strong position too. So I've got my monk in front, got my shadow in front, I'm threatening his monk down here, got this sword poisoner, it's going to do a lot of damage, and I've got backed up for my monks, or with my my Taoists for all the important units. This monk's not important, he's a meat shield. I threw a helm under the shadow to prevent against like dragon aggression mostly, but generally like the helm is more important in this matchup because the poisoners are the biggest threat to the shadows, not usually physical damage units. So it's very much a positional play, saying, hey, I'm going to put a bunch of threats out here. I'm going to contest this part of the board. I'm not going to let you just kind of get a really solid position on me without fighting me for it. And I also turned 2 more cards, which is nice. I get a helm, and I get a poisoner. So, in response, he's going to bring his poisoner up here, and he's going to say, I'm not going to let you bully me around. I'm going to put this monk in front of my shadow so that you can't kill it. And then I'm going to put a bunch of damage on this monk here, which is exposed. I have no way to heal it other than a combo potion, but the Taoist's not in range, and it's got like 2 debuffs on it. So it'd be way better if I could heal it with the shadow, but yeah, so this is a strong move. The nice thing though is that this monk here, I put the shadow here on purpose because I have like control over these like 2 tiles here in this area. So this monk is within turn range, and obviously I've got this +1 poisoner, so this monk is going to get turned. So here's what I decided to do. I'm going to take his monk. So I hit it 3 times with the poisoner, and I steal it, and then I move it here. Okay. Now, why do I want to move it here? Because this is within range of the Taoist on the attack tile. And that way I can heal the monk back up to full very quickly. And I calculated it out that he could not get both my my monk here and this poisoner. Or basically, he couldn't get this poisoner, is what it boils down to. Because this monk, it's actually 2 shots. So it takes 2 AP to KO this monk, and he's got to move his poisoner, so it's 3 AP, and then he wouldn't be able to kill it. He wouldn't be able to kill this poisoner in 2 AP. And even then, there's no way he can turn my poisoner. Without spending a dragon, of course. So I feel pretty good about that. Like, I'm gonna get a monk out of this, or this is where it's gonna get into this awkward situation where you've got two shadows on the board, and they're close to each other, and you got a bunch of low HP units, and the units just kind of ping pong between like both sides. Well, that's basically where we're at right now. The units are gonna start ping ponging. Oh wait, my poisoner, freaking, why'd you do that? Ugh. Well, good news, bad news. Good news, he's out of dragons. Bad news, I'm out of swords. That sucks. So he steals both of those units. So it pretty much is a forced move on my part as a response. I missed a screenshot somewhere. I'm sorry. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to KO this Void Monk, KO this Poisoner, steal the Poisoner, move. And that way, it's okay that I'm not turning the Monk, because I've gotten his Monk already. So we're even on the Monks. Like, we're cool. If I can save that Poisoner, then really all he's gotten out of that dragon is a sword. So I saved my Poisoner, then yeah, he's killed my +1 Poisoner, but we traded Monks evenly. And a dragon for a sword is a really bad trade. So that's my thinking, because obviously I could just kill both of those units and then turn them, and then move the Poisoner back, and we can literally ping pong those two units back for the rest of the game. Like, we could absolutely stalemate out if we wanted to play that way. Like, that would be it. But I'm not interested in that. I want to save our Poisoner. So here's what I do. And so he decides to respond by moving his shadow up 1 square and turning he revives his Can Monk onto this tile here, and then he's going to take 3 pot shots at my crystal. And this is a very interesting choice, because, like I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of crystal kills in this matchup, especially not on this map. Now, yes, his board position is very strong, but I still have both dragons. Okay? So I've got a lot of offense left. And my positioning isn't that bad. Got my shadow up, right up in his grill. And it's going to be really slow to kill all my crystals, especially without any dragons on his end. So I'm kind of happy about this move. Yeah, he spent 3 AP poking down my crystal, but so? Like, I've got... there's a ways to go before I start to feel scared that I'm like in any real threat of crystal kill. Excuse me. So, what I want to do is I want to take back that Monk. I want to put the HP debuff on him, because now he is 1 square away from his Taoist. And so it took me 1 AP to put that debuff on, but it's going to take him 2 AP to get rid of it. So he's going to have to either move his Shadow, or he's going to have to move his Taoist, and then he's going to have to heal. So I'm buying myself some time. I heal this Monk with the Taoist on the attack tile to get him back up. And I also shield my my Shadow, because I hadn't had a chance to do that yet. I want to get him up to max HP as soon as possible. And really, like, I've taken a lot of damage from these dragons. It stinks. Like, my offense is really low. He's got 2 swords left, by the way, which he hasn't deployed either of them yet. He's got the Shadow that's trying to threaten my crystals. But I've got both dragons left. I've got all my poisoners left, by the way. Got a bunch of defensive upgrades still left to be deployed. He's burned a Common Potion, he's burned a Bamboo. But overall, I feel okay about how this is going. I feel okay about it. We'll see what happens. I drew a wind blade, by the way. Because I put the shield to put the shield to shadow. I drew a wind blade. Sure would love to draw the second dragon. And that's where we are. That's the end. So, we'll see. We've been playing about 1 turn a day so far. So it's slow but steady. We'll see how this one turns up. Certainly going to be a close ending. Lot left to play for in this one. It's very unclear. I wouldn't even dare say that either of us has the advantage. Maybe he has a slight advantage because I'm out of swords, but I mean, we got both dragons, so there's a lot of potential for nasty with 2 dragons on the board. So we'll see how this plays out, and when it does finally run its course, I will have another set of commentary on this game for you all to enjoy. Keep in mind that this is only one of 2 games. The finals are actually best of 3, but because I won our head-to-head matchup in in stage 2, I actually start off with a 1-game lead. So we're playing 2 games simultaneously right now, and I only have to win one of them to win the tournament. And I have been keeping screenshots of the other game as well, but my voice is not in any position to go through the other game right now. So what we're going to do is next week, I am going to go to talk through that match as well, and kind of play like halfway through that, and then we'll kind of have this content going on the next few weeks, talking about these final games. I always thought it was kind of a shame that we had all these really cool tournaments that people put a lot of time into, and then as soon as they were over, like the winning player would write up like a 3-line summary of the game, and that was it. So I thought it'd be better if we had some better way to kind of document these games, because the quality of these games and then the finals and the tournaments and the later rounds is actually very, very high, and people don't really get to see kind of some of the highest level games that we get out there. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this to you guys. Now there is another tournament going on, the Duck Soup Gaming Tournament. That is now in its finals. Finals are going to be me against TB Kesk. I think I'm going to be playing Tribe for that one. I actually played Shaolin that entire tournament. In the first round, I went 11-1 or 10-1. I think I lost to TB Kesk's Team Fortress, but you know how Team Fortress versus Shaolin goes. So in the interest of not having another matchup like that, I'll probably be playing Tribe, but that'll be another good one. So look forward to that. I'll also be taking screenshots of that, because it's good to document these tournament finals, get them spread throughout the interwebs. But with that.